Did Amber Heard pay Johnny Depp what he did with the $1 million settlement? A year after the trial and more than 6 months after the settlement, many people are wondering, did Amber Heard pay Johnny Depp? In an Instagram post posted on December 19, 2022, Amber Heard made a statement in regard to settling the defamation case. "It's important for me to say that I never chose this," she wrote. "I defended my truth in doing so my life as I knew it was destroyed. The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways women are re-victimized when they come forward." She continued, "Now I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago and on terms I can agree to." She continued, "I have made no admission. This is not an act of concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward." The Aquaman actress later said, "In settling this case, I'm also choosing the freedom to dedicate my time to the work that helped me heal after my divorce, work that exists in realms in which I feel seen, heard and believed, and in which I know I can affect change. I will not be threatened, disheartened, or dissuaded by what happened from speaking the truth. No one can and no one will take that from me. My voice forever remains the most valuable asset I have." Heard settled $1 million with Depp in December 2023 after a headline-making trial in April and May 2022. After 6 weeks of testimony in court, a jury ruled in favor of Depp on June 1, 2022. He was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages for a total of $15 million. Depp also was ordered to pay Heard $2 million in compensatory damages. Due to the cap on punitive damages under Virginia state law, Judge Penny Ascaret reduced Heard's punitive damages from $5 million to $350,000. So, did Amber Heard pay Johnny Depp? Read more below to find out. Did Amber Heard pay Johnny Depp? Did Amber Heard pay Johnny Depp? According to TMZ, Amber Heard paid Johnny Depp in full and the money was covered by Amber's insurance company as part of her settlement following the defamation trial. Shortly after the settlement was announced, Depp's lawyers gave a statement about where Depp will distribute the settlement money. "We are pleased to formally close the door on this painful chapter for Mr. Depp, who made clear throughout this process that his priority was about bringing the truth to light," attorneys Benjamin Chu and Camille Vasquez told E! News at the time. The jury's unanimous decision and the resulting judgment in Mr. Depp's favor against Ms. Heard remain fully in place. They added, "The payment of $1 which Mr. Depp is pledging and will actually donate to charities, reinforces Ms. Heard's acknowledgement of the conclusion of the legal system's rigorous pursuit for justice. The $1 million will be split up between 5 charities. The first charity is the Make a Film Foundation, founded by Tamika Lamison, which works similarly as the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The foundation grants film wishes to children and teenagers who have serious or life-threatening medical conditions, helping them to create short film legacies by teaming them with noted actors, writers, and directors. 2 foundations were founded by some of Depp's heroes like the Painted Turtle, which was founded by Paul Newman, and Marlon Brando's non-profit the Teshairoa Society. The Painted Turtle helps children with chronic illnesses experience the joy of camping, while the Teshairoa Society funds conservation efforts, scientific research and education programs for local schools to drive Teshairoa Island's sustainability. The remaining proceeds will go to Red Feather, which works with indigenous communities such as the Navajo Nation and the Hopi tribe to create housing solutions, and the Amazonia Fund Alliance project, which funds projects of preservation, reforestation, and help to indigenous tribes in the Amazon rainforest. Depp won the defamation trial after he sued Heard for $50 million. Amber wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post in 2018 about her experiences with domestic abuse. Though no names were mentioned, many people speculated it to be about her marriage to Depp. Depp claimed that the op-ed cost him his acting jobs. In 2016, Heard said that she pledged to donate the full $7 million divorce settlement she got from Johnny Depp to charity, half to the ACLU and half to Children's Hospital Los Angeles, in another slide of her settlement case statement. Heard talked about the differences of the justice systems of the US and the UK in regards to the defamation cases. "When I stood before a judge in the UK, I was vindicated by a robust, impartial and fair system, where I was protected from having to give the worst moments of my testimony in front of the world's media, and where the court found that I was subjected to domestic and sexual violence." Heard wrote on Instagram Monday. "In the US, however, I exhausted almost all my resources in advance of and during a trial in which I was subjected to a courtroom in which abundant, direct evidence that corroborated my testimony was excluded and in which popularity and power mattered more than reason and due process. In the interim, I was exposed to a type of humiliation that I simply cannot relive. I simply cannot go through that for a third time," Heard wrote, saying that legal process has shown itself unable to protect me and my right to free speech. "I cannot afford to risk an impossible bill, one that is not just financial, but also psychological, physical and emotional," the actress added. "Women shouldn't have to face abuse or bankruptcy for speaking her truth, but unfortunately it is not uncommon. She continued, "Time is precious, and I want to spend my time productively and purposefully. For too many years I have been caged in an arduous and expensive legal process, which has shown itself unable to protect me and my right to free speech. I cannot afford to risk an impossible bill, one that is not just financial but also psychological, physical and emotional. Women shouldn't have to face abuse or bankruptcy for speaking her truth, but unfortunately it is not uncommon. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, help is available. Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 800-799-SAFE for confidential support. Our mission at STYLECASTER is to bring style to the people, and we only feature products we think you'll love as much as we do. Please note that if you purchase something by clicking on a link within this story, we may receive a small commission of the sale." Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard verdict. Who won the trial? The battle between Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard went on for months, but who actually won the trial? Here's the need-to-know info about both sides and what happened to them after the trial, coverage of which is now available to watch on Netflix. Who won the Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard trial? Johnny Depp was awarded $15 million in damages, while Amber Heard was awarded $2 million. The $15 million awarded to Johnny Depp was $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. However, that $5 million was reduced under Virginia's statutory cap to $350,000. The $2 million awarded to Amber Heard was solely for compensatory damages. Why were Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in court? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were in court due to defamation lawsuits. Johnny Depp filed a lawsuit against Heard for defamation following an op-ed she posted, and then Heard countersued. The lawsuits sought damages of up to $100 million, which is much more than either Depp or Heard were ultimately awarded. What happened to Johnny Depp after the trial? Following the trial, Johnny Depp went on tour with Jeff Beck before starring in a new movie, Jean Dubarry. As for what's next for Johnny Depp, his plans aren't yet known. However, following the trial, his rise in popularity will likely lead to more high-profile roles. What happened to Amber Heard after the trial? Amber Heard is reportedly living in Spain, where she is enjoying more privacy. According to People's sources, the trial was beyond stressful for her and she just wanted to start fresh out of the country. As for Amber Heard's acting career, the same source explained that is excited about working and filming again. In the Fire is her latest movie. Johnny Depp speaks at Cannes about his comeback after Amber Heard trial. "I never went anywhere." Johnny Depp is addressing his comeback and being cancelled by Hollywood. Speaking at a press conference for his new movie Jean Dubarry at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival on Wednesday, Depp, 59, said that while he did feel boycotted following his high-profile legal cases against ex-wife Amber Heard, people had been misled by fiction. "You'd have to not have a pulse at that point to feel like, no, none of this is happening. This is actually just a weird joke," said Depp, who arrived 15 minutes late for the event. Of course, when you're asked to resign from the film you're doing because of something that is merely a bunch of vowels and consonants floating in the air, yeah, you feel a bit boycotted. "Do I feel boycotted now?" he continued. "No, not at all. But I don't feel boycotted by Hollywood because I don't think about it. I don't think about Hollywood. I don't have much further need for Hollywood myself." Jean Dubarry's rollout in France comes 1 year after Depp's controversial Virginia defamation trial with Heard over a 2018 op-ed she wrote about coming forward with domestic abuse allegations. Addressing the impact that this and a previous 2020 libel case in London had on his career, Depp added, "I never went anywhere. People have seen or heard the word comeback exchanged by folks and using that as a catchphrase. He's making a comeback, or he's made a comeback. I keep wondering about the word comeback because I didn't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I live about 45 minutes away. So yeah, maybe people stopped calling out of whatever their fear was at the time. But no, I didn't go nowhere. I've been sitting around. So comeback. It's almost like I'm going to come out and do a tap dance or some kind of spectacular feat on the table and dance my best for you guys, and hope that you will approve." The notion of something like that is a bizarre mystery. For Depp, the public perception of his personal life is based purely on what he described as a fiction created in the courtrooms of Virginia and London. "With regard to me and my life, the majority of what you've read is fantastically, horrifically written fiction," said Depp, alongside his co-star and director Mae Wen. "It's like asking a question, 'How are you doing?' But what's underneath in the subtext is, 'God, I hate you.' Do you know what I mean?" So that's the sort of media thing. On Monday, Cannes Film Festival's chief Thierry Fremaux addressed having Depp's movie open the festival, telling reporters, "I don't know about the image of Johnny Depp in the US. To tell you the truth, in my life, I only have one rule. It's the freedom of thinking and the freedom of speech and acting within a legal framework." Back in November 2020, Depp lost his UK libel suit, in which he sued British tabloid The Sun for calling him a wife-beater. Heard testified to back up the claims, and a London judge upheld the outlet's claims as being substantially true. In March 2021, his attempt to overturn that decision was overruled. Separately, a jury in Virginia sided mostly with Depp in a trial last year. He won all 3 counts of defamation he brought against Heard, and Heard won one of 3 claims in her countersuit. Both appealed the verdict but reached a settlement in December. Heard, 37, who will pay $1 million as part of the settlement, said in a lengthy statement at the time, "I have made no admission. This is not an act of concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward."